He- Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Super 17 here, and let me get through this like usual. I do not own anything from Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia. I do not own the characters' names, none of the characters, none of the powers, nothing. Also, just in case, I do not own anything from Square Enix, anything to do with them, characters' names, powers, abilities, and nothing. Alright, I'm just saying that just in case I'm making a reference to them or like saying anything like a power or similarity to something from them. That's all. Alright, just want to point that out just in case. And I don't even own this picture. Alright. Well, last time we left off, we met Zenitsu. And basically, he's cowering in fear. Unlike in the anime where he thought, he's gonna be okay. Or something like. He looked all serious. And then he met the demons. Until then, but here's the thing. I want to let you know he's terrified, and that's the reason why he's shaking. But there's also another reason. I had Tanjiro ended the fight. I think I said a couple months, a month before the exam. So it was around basically October, and then he took a month there, so it was November, and it's really cold. So it is winter. So yeah, just want to let you guys know that it's wintertime at the Demon Slayer Core exam. Alright? Okay. So let's get back into this video. What if Tanjiro had cremation? Alright. As Zenitsu and a couple of others are looking at Tanjiro, he's not wearing any heavy warm clothing. And some people are whispering saying, is this guy an idiot? He's gonna freeze to death. So, he really thinks he can withstand this cold. Sheesh. It's gonna be hard to move around now. And everyone is just whispering himself, but then a few people do come over and they ask him, and are you cold without no heavy gear or winter clothing on? And Tanjiro just looks at them and saying, no, the cold never bothered me anyways. And so they're just looking at him like he's crazy, this is freezing. It was nah, I'm pretty much good. Seriously, you guys are just, well, and never mind. Then he looks at Zenitsu. He goes seriously, man, you cold? He goes, yeah, I am. Also, I'm kind of scared. And Tanjiro goes what do you mean? And then Zenitsu just goes what do you mean? We're facing demons. And who knows how long we're gonna have to face them. And Tanjiro's giving him a look okay. So we just have to kill them. If it's in group, we kill them. If it's one by one, we kill them. That's all. They're not gonna stand in my way. And Zenitsu's taken aback. Are you he's asking him why are you afraid? Are you afraid of dying? And then Tanjiro looks at him like he's serious, and he says, dying? I don't have time to die. I only have time to move forward. Even if I have to leave a trail of dead corpses in my wake. And that kind of freaks out Zenitsu. Because he never saw this much determination besides, well, anything. He never saw anyone with this much determination. And people are still wondering why he's not cold. So a guy puts his hand on Tanjiro and his body's warm. He was like, seriously, man, how are your how's your freaking body warm while we have to wear heavy clothing just to be warm? And he was like I said, you won't understand, and it's never mind. Now let go of me before I cut off your hand and kill you. And he was like, what? You kill me? I'm a human. I'm not a demon. Like I said already, I don't mind leaving a trail of corpses in my wake. Got it? As him and everyone else that was with him got the picture and just leave him alone. Zenitsu was looking at me like, wow, that's something. He was like, what? You talk to people like they're not even human. He was like, oh. No, that's how I talk to people when they piss me off. And also, I really got no time for that crap. So, I'm gonna do what's necessary. As Zenitsu says to him, I wish I had your confidence. He was like, oh, jeez, man. You low self-esteem or something? He was like, kind of just, I'm always afraid of everything. And I don't believe myself, so, yeah. And Tanjiro just pats him on the back and says, well then, Zenitsu, here's two things you gotta remember. And he was like, what? He goes, one, I believe in you. Because I can already tell you are going to be one of the people who survive. And that means you're good enough to be a demon slayer. So, if you're good enough to be a demon slayer, don't worry about anything else. Just focus on surviving, even if you have to cut off their legs just to keep running. And two, man, have more confidence in yourself. Be a little bit more brave. Stop thinking you're nothing. You have a dream, a goal you want to succeed, right? As Zenitsu nods his head, he goes, well then, stop acting like a coward and keep moving forward. Don't look back and see your shadow and cower in it just because it looks scary to you. Like, have a backbone. If not, then rely on people. If you survive this, we'll be friends. So if you ever need my help, I'll make sure you'll be able to find me. Got it? As Zenitsu nods, and then the two girls in canon comes and says, welcome to the Demon Slayer Corps, Zam, and they give them like the whole entire basically like explanation about the trees, how it keeps the demons away, and the flowers, and that they're gonna have to survive for a week. And then, they're gonna say like all the demons here have been captured and been put in, so you're gonna have to fight them and kill them all. They won't be coming out during the day, so you have time to rest, but they'll be coming out during the night, so you know. So good luck to you all. Yeah. So Tanjiro starts walking and he says, well, Zenitsu, see you around. As Zenitsu says, yeah. And then he just says, Tanjiro. Tanjiro looks behind him. He goes, at Zenitsu, he goes, yeah? Why do you believe him when you just met me? He goes, I don't know. Maybe because I can see you have talent. You just letting that fear of dying get into you. Hey, I'm becoming a demon slayer. It's not because I have some righteous goal to kill them all. Well, actually, I kinda do. But I have another reason why I'm becoming a demon slayer. It's to save a life before the worst thing ever happens to them. So no matter what, I have to move forward. So I can't let no fear get to me. Not even my own death. I'll probably go down fighting anyways and burn them to hell. Yes, I'm saying that because, well, it freaking works. So you guys aren't freaking 13 years old and you don't like cursing. You're not above 13. Stop watching now and go watch something else or something. All right, okay. But Zenitsu's like wondering what, as though Tanjiro says, "Is that all you wanted to know?" As he nods his head and says, "Well, see ya." As he sees Tanjiro starts walking past the gates, he thinks to himself, "Courage. Let's not be afraid." Alright, Tanjiro. I'm gonna try to do that. And thank you. As then Zenitsu starts walking forward. Now then, let's go to Tanjiro. As Tanjiro is just walking through the forest with his sword out, not even caring about the demons. When two demons, though, do appear, he just tells them, "Hey, you mind answering me some questions? Answering some questions for me?" And they say, why would we when you're gonna die, you human? And he goes, "Oh, alright." And then he just starts cutting off one of their hands, and then he cuts another one's leg off. And he was like, "How about now?" As they're screaming at Pig, and he goes, "Why are you doing this?" He goes, "Because I asked a question. I want some information. Will you answer or not?" As they're just looking at him, waiting for the regeneration to kick in. As he just says, "How can you turn a demon back into a human?" As they just all start laughing. They say, "You can't do that. It's impossible." But then one demon just says, "Yeah, only a demon that's very old can ever know how to turn a demon back into a human." And then he asks, "So how old?" "Probably around where the king of all demons were around, first started." As then Tanjiro has a little grin and goes, "Thanks. Hey, I won't kill you guys for answering my question. How about that?" As they just say, "Pity?" He just goes like, "Nah. Because you answered my question and got me in a good mood. So thanks." As he starts walking away, he goes, "Oh yeah, if you guys want to stay alive long enough, I wouldn't kill any more humans." Sorry, just really weird moment. So, as they are wondering, like, who does he think he is? As their regeneration kicks in, they lunge right at Tanjiro, saying, "Die, you human scum!" And then Tanjiro goes like, "I gave you a chance." As then Tanjiro jumps up in the air to go behind them, he goes, as he breathes in the air, and he says, "Water, first form, water wheel." And then not first form, god darn it, give me a minute. Okay, I was close. It was second form, water wheel. As he then cuts both of the demons' heads right off. And then he lands sliding on his feet. He was like, "Can't blame me. I gave you a chance. Oh well. On to the next demon." As I'm not gonna say it's in the same night. Actually, I was gonna try to make him kill a lot more demons, but nah, let's just get this out of the way. As he starts walking and kills even more demons, he killed about 12 demons so far because he has used the water breathing technique, forms, and then he has used his cremation style, his cremation breathing techniques. He even has his freaking foxes, right? He has, the way he has summoned his foxes, he can summon his foxes, but he has, multiple foxes with him. He can create as many as he wants. So he has, so far, 4. And any demon that comes near him, they go in and attack him. They don't even need to even go to the heads or the necks. They can literally just bite some part of the demon's body and they'll just be engulfed in flames. But it's not an instantaneous one, like engulfs the whole entire body. It takes a few minutes just to engulf, but not actually a few seconds, but still it's very painful for the demons. And he just goes, wow. These guys are just way too easy. I need more of a challenge. And then Tanjiro smells something in the air. He just says, what's that putrid smell? As then he starts hearing someone screaming for help. As then Tanjiro just starts running to the sound. He's thinking, okay, screaming like a little girl, must be a big giant demon. By the smell of it, probably been here a lot longer than these other ones. So, as Tanjiro gets there, the boys are already in, that demon slayer. Sorry. Who's trying out to become one. He's already captured by the demon with his hand. And he's saying, you'll be a good morsel for me to eat. And then all of a sudden, his hand his part of his arm gets cut off. And he just says, he doesn't even look like a good meal at all. And this is Tanjiro who's saying this to the demon. As he's saying, thank you. Who are you and why are you not cold? He goes, oh, the cold doesn't bother me. Anyway, so, yeah. If you're gonna run, just run. I can take care of this demon myself. He was like, what do you mean? As the demon smells a certain smell he hasn't smelled in a very long time. He even asked about what era is this, and then Tanjiro just tells him the era, and he goes into berserk mode about how he was trapped here in another century or so. I forget how long it was. And so he blames Sakanoji for being trapped in here. And then he even looks at the mask, goes, you must be one of his little foxes. As then he sees multiple foxes right next to Tanjiro. He goes like, yeah, but I'm a fox that can create more foxes. So, I got an army. What do you have? As it has this little grin on his face. As this demon's getting pissed off, and he goes like, I can crush you and those foxes of yours. As then, but then he even says about he's been here for so long because of Sakanoji, and that he won't want revenge, so he vowed to kill every single one of his students to give him his misery and pain, knowing that he made their go to their death. And so he goes, so how many have you killed? As he just tells him how many he has killed and eaten. And so they're like, and then he goes, okay, so every one of the students has been killed. And then a realization comes on, but then he even says, oh, I remember 2 people that were the most interesting, most fun to kill, he says. As he talks about a girl, fragile, but, very fragile, and very agile. Not much power to her, but speed is her ally. It took me a long time to kill her till I broke her legs. And I started plucking piece by piece. And then he says, "Oh, there was another boy, had a scar on his cheek or so, and he was very strong, but in the end, as soon as he went to my neck, he got his. I killed him instantly." As a Tanjiro was basically like mad, and the guy that was does leave him. Wait, crap! I don't even remember their names. Hold up. Yeah, as he realized that it's Sabato and Makoma. As he's saying, so there were ghosts. And he's saying it out loud, and the hand demon's going like, "What?" And Tanjiro's veins are popping out on his head. His eyes are being all blue as the flames are burning, like starting to come off of him. And the hand demon's going like, "What? What is this? You're supposed to have the water breathing technique. Why do you have fire?" And Tanjiro goes like, "Oh, well, I'm a unique person. I have created my own style of breathing and my own style of fighting, plus the water breathing technique. And for what you've done to those two, you will pay with your life, you demon scum." As he's saying this with blue flames popping off of him, like they're popping off his arm, and just like, at first what he was thinking about what he said about the two people that he knew, flames were just flickering off him, and now they're like coming off him like crazy. As Sabato and Makoma are telling him, "Don't worry about them." Like they they're not real. They're there because of spirits. So why not like have them there, telling him, "Don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. Just kill this demon." And Tanjiro just tells them to shut up. Well, shut it, basically. Sorry. Cursing again. Um, it just works better for this one. So hopefully you guys understand that. Also, like I said, 13-year-olds just don't watch the video if you don't want to hear no cursing. Oh, anyone under 13. Alright. I mean, if you guys watch Demon Slayer, you're gonna know this is probably cursing, so. I mean, this is probably the only video I'm gonna make with cursing in it or something. But yeah. I'll double check before I make the title about it. Anyways, as he just says, "You two helped me with my training, create my own style, even learn how to fight. So, the best thing I can do is kill this guy for you both." As he just says, "Hey." As he just looks at the foxes and he just says, "Get him." As all of a sudden they just start running towards him. Like towards the hand demon. And then he's using multiple of his hands just to go right at him. At the little foxes. And all of a sudden they just jump and bite into the hand, where all of a sudden the arm just starts getting engulfed into fire. And he's just screaming. And Tanjiro just saying, "Cremation breathing style." Hold up. Okay, I wanted to say, yeah, first form, summoning swords. And then he summons all his swords. Does the circle motion, summon the swords, gets into a stance where he's about to lunge. As then he says, "You ready to die, hand demon?" As he's still screaming, playing like, "You're gonna pay for this, you insolent brat!" As then all of a sudden, he sees Tanjiro and stabs his sword to the ground, and he's thinking, what is he doing? As then Tanjiro then burns the sword up slowly out the ground, to the point to just the tip of the blade is above the ground, and then he says, cremation style, breathing technique, third form. No, wait, not third form. Fourth form. Yeah, fourth form. And he's just saying this to himself, Dragon's Wrath. Where then he just starts running towards the demon, and all the swords that he summoned are starting to fly at the demon, while some of the foxes are still biting into the demon's hands. As then he gets hit by multiple piercing of the swords. As then Tanjiro gets near him, he misses. As the demon laughs, "You fool! You missed!" And then he says, "Did I?" And all of a sudden, a dragon starts to come out of the ground, hitting the hand demon in the stomach, going right through it. And then the demon is like screaming, like he doesn't. Well, he's just like in so much pain, he starts getting engulfed by fire and screaming, just screaming out, and he's just saying, What are you?" He's saying, as then Tanjiro like puts his blade like towards the ground. The dragon just hits the ground and disappears, and then Tanjiro jumps into the air as he just like breathing again. He says, "Water breathing style, first form." And then he sees the strike. I mean that line to finish off the demon, and then he basically does the same strike he does while the demon's on fire, and basically cuts off the head while the demon's still like being engulfed by it. As he sees what he sees in canon, and even though Tanjiro was mad at the demon for what he did, he still shows some pity, and he says, and he does like hold on to the hand to the demon, even though the demon like is still being burned. He then just like the fire just suddenly goes out. Right when he holds onto the hand of the demon, he says, "Please God, give this demon some salvation in the next life." As he sees everything like in canon and dies. Tanjiro sighs and he says, "Sabato, Koma, rest in peace." And he still has the fox mask. So he says, "Now then, let's start killing these demons." As his eyes are glowing blue, he goes, "I don't have time for this anymore, though." As he just puts away the sword and just says, "This is how I'm gonna fight this the rest of the way." As he just starts running. Unknowns to him, somebody was right behind the tree. He saw everything. It was Zenitsu. He sees how strong Tanjiro is, and he doesn't understand what Tanjiro means by he's gonna fight the rest of the way with no sword. Excuse me, sorry. Until he sees blue flames. He runs over as fast as he can to see Tanjiro taking on 3 demons, shooting fire using cremation style, with no sword. As he goes, what's going on? As he's basically seeing Tanjiro being himself, hurt, like just killing these demons like with ease, and he's just saying, "Alright then, let's go to the next group," and he just runs away. Zenitsu understands why Tanjiro has no fear. He knows no matter what, he's gonna be able to basically get through this alive. So then not Tanjiro. So then Zenitsu gets enough of his courage and keeps going. He basically is learning now that he can't be afraid of everything. He has to fight, get stronger, and be like Tanjiro. So yeah, so the week goes by. Tanjiro has taken down more than 100 demons so far, and he hasn't like suffered any like bruises, cuts, wounds, or nothing. He has been like untouched by any demons. Also, he after he put away the sword, the foxes did disappear. So yeah, he's just been using his flames now. So he's just walking along. And he goes, "When will this end? Had to be a week by." And then he sees the trees, and he was like, "Huh, okay." So the flowers, the beautiful flowers. I guess it's then. As he walks up to up the stairs, and then he basically sees the people that survived. Zenitsu. Actually, I'm just gonna say this. Everyone's in canon. And Zenitsu though is not afraid saying he's gonna die. He's there just confident, happy that he's alive. He is he's confident in his abilities, and it's all because of Tanjiro. So when he sees Tanjiro, he runs over to him and like bounded him, saying, "Thank you for your help for everything." And Tanjiro was like, "For the advice earlier, or?" As he says, "No, I saw your fight with the hand demon. That was impossible to even survive." He was like, "Oh, you might keeping that fight a secret from these guys." As he nods his head, is saying, "Yeah, but really, that was awesome. You you basically can fight with no sword, and the way you fight with your sword and everything, it's like nothing I've ever seen." Like he's just like so shocked. He has become like full on like trying to figure out Tanjiro. So as the girls say, everyone who has survived is here. Good. Now then, pick your core on your metal for your sword. And then the same guy goes up and says, "I'm not here for this. I want my sword now." As Tanjiro just basically just sighs and he just says, "I don't have time for this." So he just walks over while the guy's holding the girl's head, and then all of a sudden he just his finger. He doesn't even like touch the guy, and next thing you know, he was like, "Hey, your jacket's on fire." He was like, "What you mean?" And then he's saying, "Ah, it burns," and it burns. He goes, "Let it burn, let it burn." As okay, yeah, I just want to explain. Someone asked me to make those jokes or put them in, so yeah, just want to let you know that. So yeah, and he takes off the jacket, and it just basically he just like lets it burn, and it's like, darn it. So what happens right now is they say thank you, and somebody noticed Tanjiro's finger. It just suddenly flicked with fire, and he goes like, "What was that?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "That was fire. How are you able to summon it?" As he gets his sword, he goes, "Are you a demon in disguise?" And Tanjiro just looks at him and goes like, "You really want to try and mess with me, huh?" Okay. One, I'm stronger than you. And two, I also Tanjiro disappears. I'm right behind him. And he has his hand around the guy's throat. And he's like, his hand's starting to heat up. He goes like, "I can easily kill you without no hesitation." As he's just terrified. He's saying, "What? What are you?" He goes like, "A human being. That's all you need to know." And then he lets go. As then he walks over back. He goes like, "Sorry about that, girls. Had to put him in his place. They said it's quite alright. Just no killing no right now." He was like, "Wasn't planning to kill him, just scare him." And it worked. And he goes, "Yes, it did." And then Tanjiro, he just chooses the metal based off of smell and what he feels like, what would be good for him. He's using his gut instinct plus his nose. And let's just say there's a rare metal that is very, very, very durable to heat. So he asked them, like, quick question. Our swords, is there like a rare or easy material that can withstand a heat to the point where it's almost white, the color of white, like it's from blue to white, you know, as they say, oh, well, you don't have to choose your core, your metal then. We already had somebody choose it for you. It was like, wait, what you mean? Well, we had there was material that had that property what you need, so we already had somebody to grab it and give it to the blacksmith who would forge it for you. As he goes like, thanks. He's he's thinking about that took all the fun out of it. As everyone's a little bit shot, but Zenitsu knows what he means by, so he doesn't ask no questions. And everyone grabs their medals and leaves. While Tanjiro is about to leave, he's just taking the view of the trees, and he says, maybe I should come here again, just for a little picnic or tea or something, I don't know. As the girls tell him, Tanjiro, please wait. And he was like, alright. As they then talk, like, just one of them starts thanking him for he did, but it was still unnecessary. He shouldn't have done it. But that's not the reason why they're talking to him. They say, for what you've done, it's very unique. You have two techniques, and so two different style, and that style of fighting without using any sword. We would like to, since you are accepted into the Demon Slayer Corps, we would like to give you a rank. I have to go look at the ranking to give it, so hold on. Okay, so yeah, I found it, and I'm given the rank of Kanato, so third, as they explained to him that he has killed more than over 100, plus a very strong demon, so that's why they're telling him that, about it, without them knowing, because he just started, and this is a little bit of a secret, so please, keep it from the other demon slayers, as he nods his head. And they also say, oh yes, also your uniform is going to be specially made for you because of your unique ability and your breathing technique and fighting technique. As he says, thank you. But if you guys can't get it, don't worry. I'll be alright. I'll just find a way how to work my fighting technique into it. He just sighs and says, well, I gotta get going. Got a month of traveling to do. As he just waves bye to them as he goes. So after everything, he just starts yawning on the way as he just thinks, man, I'm tired. And I should use my flash step. Just make this a little bit quicker. I can use it for about an hour and 20 minutes. And I'll probably be halfway there already, so let's do it. And then Tanjiro notices, he notices there's a stream nearby, so he walks over. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, he is getting his mark, but it's not gonna be it's gonna be the burn marks most. He's gonna get the burn marks plus that mark. So yeah. So he goes over to water. He gets some. He just takes a drink. As you notice, there's a mark instead of like a scar that was supposed to be there. As he goes like, huh, that's weird. He goes, anyways though, let's do this. As then he, you know, after he gets that, he's basically like filled up like some jug, like just something to fill up with water, and then just starts going fire, and then blitzes. After an hour and 20 minutes away, he didn't realize how far he was going, but it turns out he's actually almost there. He just has to take like another like hour walk, and then he's at Sakanoji's place. So he's like, cool, this is easy then. And then he walks over. He just takes an hour walk over back there. Sakanoji sees him and he's just shocked. And then he even like sees Nezuko just comes out and she runs over to Tanjiro and hugs him. He comes over and hugs her and him. And then he sees that there's no marks on him. He goes like, how did you go like remember cremation fighting style without no sword? And the sword technique? He goes, ha, yes. You done well, Tanjiro. He goes, yeah. Oh, hey. I'm thinking about making another form. An eighth form for the cremation style. Maybe easier than the seventh. As he's like curious, he goes, what does it do? He was like, oh, it combines speed plus multiple slashes, so I'm thinking it'll be a good idea to have it. As he goes, alright then. We can work on it later, or you can work on it later. As then he goes, alright. And then he asks him, oh, what rank did you get? He goes, third rank. And he doesn't believe him. He goes like, okay, show me. And then he says the password, lifts his arm and flexes it as he sees it, and he sees canon, a third rank. I'll check it again later, but you guys know third rank is. As he's just shocked and he says, how many demons did you kill? He says, over 100. Exact number, he asks. Sakanoji's just asking for the exact number. He says, 169. As then he's shocked to even hear that there was that many demons in there. He goes, yeah, most of the demon slayers were dying, so it's pretty much easy. As he's impressed by Tanjiro. Then he asks, when will you get your sword? He goes, probably. He does like let them know. He does let him know, saying about the material was already chosen for him, and that he's gonna get a specially made suit, gear for himself. So yeah, they're choosing it, so it may take a while. So we may have time for training and other stuff. As Nezu's just hugging himself, hugging his arm while they walk because she misses him, brother, sister love, and yeah. As he just staring and it's almost nighttime, he says, alright, let me get inside real quick. And he goes, yes, we don't want to be out here at night. So they get in. He tells him what he did for that whole entire week, how he ran. Sometimes he then lead them to a trap. He basically then burned them using the cremation style. Well, he just says, the cremation fire wave or fire tsunami. It burned like over 20 of them. And literally, cremation's like the name of it because they all get cremated. So there's like all ashes there. As Sakanochi is just amazed and shocked, and he even tells him about the hand demon that he killed. He was the one who kept on killing your students, so I basically just killed him out of revenge for you, and for them, and for myself, because he was in my way. As Takanoji thanks him, and he's happy that he came back alive. So, let's say, after 5 weeks goes by, Tanjiro gets his sword. It's the same guy that made him the sword, and he can't wait to see what the color is. And I don't think Tanjiro will need the techniques. I don't think I'll still make his sword black, but I'll have mix of fire going on in it. So he says something about his hair being red, so maybe would like get a red color sword. And then Tanjiro just says, "I'm hoping it's blue, or at least something with flames on it." And he goes, "What do you mean? There aren't like the swords that have that design on it. So if it does, then that's weird." And he wants it red because he really wants to see a red color. As the sword starts changing, they see black, but then they're also seeing a fire pattern, like a fire pattern starting to come on the sword's blade. Like he even told like as he's like seeing it, he's saying this material is very hard to even like melt. It had to be going. It had to be at a constant like temperature that the flames had to be white to even melt. But it had to be actually higher than that. He asked the temperature how high it needs to be. Let's just say like over or let's say like a really big number, so like over like 2 million degrees or something. No, let's look like over 79 million degrees. It needs to be at so that sort of melt. And Tanjiro can go up to the white flame, which isn't the blue and white flame, which isn't to that point. So his sword will not melt. As though he is seeing though, as I see the sword is done changing, they see black and then red fire going on the sword. As he is actually shocked and amazed. He's he's saying this looks like you're right, kid. This is a lot better than what I wanted. And he says like this is your unique blade. This blade though is strong. It's the strongest weapon in Demon Slayer. I'm making it, but it would not break, but it can chip if not used right. So Tanjiro is press, and then after a few minutes of them talking about how the sword design looks and how it just happened, someone walks in and says, Tanjiro, I got your gear already for you. I was like, oh, really? Thanks. And so, as Tanjiro gets his gear, let me explain what it is. It's basically the same color and the same robe, but it has like a mixture of blue with it. Well, like, it has the design like there literally is like blue flames on it. Let's just say it was had to be like custom design, and they already gave a description of what Tanjiro can do. So they decided to put blue flames on it because, hey, why not? It's my what if, so onto the design, and Tanjiro likes it. Also, they also gave him a little like jacket too, because it's to keep some of the fire in. Also has like a little secret things for him, because they don't know what to do with Tanjiro because of this. So they just like try to like help him out so that way he doesn't like destroy anything or anyone. So he has like some water on him to cool him down because I'm just doing it. They just have like something to help him. So they like some water. And basically, just like it just has some pockets in the jacket and stuff. He's still gonna wear his canon like the canon like clothing he had, but it's just gonna be over the jacket. And yeah, so I don't know. I just scratched the jacket. He doesn't have it. He just has like the canon clothing, but it's just the blue flame has some blue flames on it. And then the guy who was there to deliver it told him that he made it and heard about what he did and what he has. So he wanted to express it on the clothing too. And this it's very very light, but it's very durable. Also, it can handle to a certain temperature. You with the we asked what type of temperature can you go to, and then Tanjiro says, "We need to go outside then." As they do go outside, everyone. So he basically puts his hand up and starts saying, "All right, so this is my normal flame." As he just shows the cremation, the blue, which shocks the guy who made the sword. As then he then starts to crank up the temperature, as it's getting brighter and brighter. As then they start seeing just little flickers of white in it. And then when it starts becoming when it's blue, but then half of it's like white, some of it, that's when he starts to wince in pain, and then he stops. He goes, "That's the highest I can go." So where it's almost fully white, and then he says, "All right then. Well, it can probably handle at least to that before it starts burning. So you should be good. If you need it like any like refurbishing on it, then I shall continue to make it stronger. Just find a demon or something to make it stronger, or I'll look for something." As he then bows to Tanjiro and says, "Good day to you," and Sakunoji. As he leaves, then the swordsman leaves, but he's saying, "I'll tell everyone about this." And yeah. So that's where I'm gonna end it off, everyone. Hope you guys do enjoy. Sorry about the last part, it got a little bit weird. I thought a jacket would be cool. I thought the jacket would be cool because of one, I'm making him somewhat similar to Davi and be his old self like Tanjiro. But the jacket was a bad idea. I admit that. Also, the cursing, um, I just it just came out. So I'm really sorry about that. Though if anyone got offended by it, but yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a nice day or night, and enjoy your everything. Bye.